Hello, my name is Keisha Fuller, and I will be presenting for my project, The History of the Exploitation of the Congo. My project is titled The Heart of Africa. The Congo was brutally exploited by not only colonizers pre-revolution, but also dictators post-revolution, by leaders like Mobutu Sese Seko. The reasons that this country is continuously exploited is because the Congo lacks proper infrastructure, holds an enormous debt as a country, and the Congo's abundance of resources has always made the country a prized possession. The Congo is in the central area of the continent of Africa. It is commonly referred to as the Heart of Africa. It is the second largest country in Africa, right behind Algeria. A variety of wildlife thrive in the lush jungles its geography offers. There are approximately 1,000 eastern lowland gorillas remaining due to poaching, although conservation efforts have helped the population increase. The country is interchangeably referred to as DR Congo, the DRC, the Congo, and other variations. The Congo is technically divided. The larger Democratic Republic of the Congo is in the southeast, and the Republic of the Congo is in the northwest. Between 1971 and 1977, the country was officially called Zaire. As for many countries in Africa, the Congo has always been abundant in its natural resources. The Congo River and its massively powerful rapids can create huge amounts of renewable hydroelectric power with the proper structures in place. Natural resources found on top of and beneath the Congolese soil include copper, diamonds, rubber, oil, gold, and cobalt. Cobalt, which is an essential mineral included in the production of electric car batteries. The Congo makes up for 60% of the world's cobalt supply. Katanga is a famously rich mining area. The Scramble for Africa was in effect between 1881 and 1914. The opportunity by European elites to profit from Africa's natural resources was discovered. King Leopold II financed Henry Morton Stanley to find a colony for him to call his own. The territory around the Congo River was discovered and eventually successfully colonized. King Leopold II came into power in a meticulous way and in perfect timing with the demand for rubber. The exploitation grew dangerously by the 1890s. Hands were cut off when excess bullets were used by soldiers and quotas weren't met. Photographs of the atrocities taken by missionaries led to the world's first international human rights campaign. Public outrage in the United Kingdom, the United States, and Belgium was the result. As Congolese soldiers began to revolt, attack, and even murder Belgians, the Belgian people began to leave the Congo. Belgians left the country with untrained doctors and other key leaders in the communities. This led to the slow decline in important infrastructures to keep the Congolese people in a progressive motion, although Belgium held power over the Congo until 1960. Patrice Lumumba was the country's first prime minister and an important independence leader. He was an advocate for the re-Africanization of the Congo and advocated for the unification of the country. Belgium, in an attempt to hold some control over the Congo's resources, backed the secessionists of Katanga, a mineral-rich area of the Congo. Lumumba asked for support from powerful nations such as the United States with aid in rebuilding the Congo and preventing secession to no avail. Lumumba was labeled a communist because of his request to the Soviet Union for support after not receiving it from the United States. This would prove to be a fatal move for Lumumba during the time of the Cold War. Born Joseph Desiré Mobutu, the soon-to-be dictator was first a Congolese-born military man. Initially, his time in the army was punishment for bad behavior in high school, but he ended up enjoying the discipline involved with the service. Mobutu rose the ranks as the army chief of staff and ordered the arrest of Lumumba, eventually leading to his execution upon release to rebel forces. Mobutu, showing support for anti-communism, gained support from the U.S. and became president of the Congo in 1965 by eliminating opponents by means of murder and torture. He was the only candidate listed in the 1965 elections and won with a 99.99% majority vote. Congolese people were to choose on their ballots between green, representing hope, or red, representing chaos. Mobutu was a classic African dictator and began nasty habits in African politicians. Once in power, he outlawed political parties and funneled the power of other government positions into his own. Mobutu took funds from mine and plantation operations in the Congo and put them in his personal bank accounts. Claiming to want to bring attention to the Congo, Mobutu paid $10 million for the 1974 Rumble in the Jungle, which was a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Each fighter was paid $5 million for the spectacle. Meanwhile, his country lacked proper infrastructure and inflation rose rapidly. Mobutu was a nationalist and officially changed the Congo's name to Zaire. Under his established program, called Authenticité, Mobutu imposed rules to rid the country of Western and European cultural influence. It was forbidden to wear Western clothing, and fines were imposed on Catholic priests that baptized children given European names. By the 1990s, the Red Menace was no longer, and the U.S. support ceased in the Congo. Mobutu's soldiers were either very underpaid or completely unpaid, and Mobutu gradually lost his grip over the country. A 1997 invasion forced him out. He was exiled and died of colon cancer in Morocco in 1997. By the end of his reign, Mobutu's expenses had left the country with a staggering debt of $175 billion. With inflation, that number translates today to around $279 billion. The warlord turned statesman, Laurent Désiré Kabila, claimed presidency and continued the tradition of abuse of power. A rebellion against Kabila led to further fighting in the Congo. Upon Kabila's assassination in 2001, his son succeeded him. Now a warning. The next images contain some scarring on the face of a survivor of genocide, as well as dead human bodies in the background. If this may disturb you, please take a moment to skip ahead in the video. The Rwandan Genocide, which involved an ongoing conflict between ethnic groups Tutsis and Hutus, contributed to the chaos in the Congo. The debt of the country, the ongoing violence, and the poor infrastructure make the mineral-rich Congo the poorest country in the world. The country also holds the third highest infant mortality rate. I read countless articles, watched documentaries, listened to podcasts, and enjoyed researching this topic overall. The Congo is a vast and beautiful center of Africa that deserves attention to its inequitable history and hopeful future. But this research was eye-opening as well as heartbreaking. Throughout this project and the end of the semester, I couldn't help but keep trying to think of ways that I could personally help the Congo. As I sit comfortably at home with my child, both of us with a full belly and a clean bill of health, I feel so grateful. Although it would be fantastic to have enough money to help rebuild the country's entire infrastructure, it is not a feasible solution. What I take away from all of this is that it is important that we all recognize the recurring themes of greed by people in power in many of the world's poorest and most vulnerable communities. As humans, we easily get wrapped up in the idea that valuables and the capacity of people are more important than health, happiness, and togetherness. I believe, as long as we have an empathetic heart, stay true to good intentions, and continue to fight for what's right, we will stride closer to global equality and peace. Thank you.